Right now, much of Tallahassee is cleaning up from severe storms from earlier today. The weather did damage on the campuses of FAMU and FSU this morning when a suspected tornado touched down.
I remember literally coming home the day before, back home to Jacksonville, and waking up and seeing tons of messages like, this can't be happening, this is so sad, and I'm just so confused. I'm like, what's going on? And so I open, our giant group message with our castmates, and the first thing I see is a picture of the tent falling over, and I just am at a loss of words.
Well, it was disbelief initially, right? It was this scope and scale of the destruction was kind of incomprehensible. You never see it in that state, So it was like, and I've worked on this site for a really long time, and just to come out, it was like, it was disbelief was the word that kind of comes coming back to me. So we had been working on replacing the top, because that has to happen every so often. It was, and that tent was getting to that age. So we were already in the process. We'd already ordered a replacement top. Coincidentally, we had a Zoom meeting with the vendors we work with in Italy that morning. So the conversation went from the specific coloring wanted to the project has changed. We need everything now. We not just a top. First guess was like, this is gonna be 9 months to a year, basically.
It makes it all the more worthwhile to see, what was literally in shambles, we ourselves have helped bring right back up, and it makes it even more personable. It just brought the tent and the circus itself much closer to all of us in our hearts, and I think next year when we're back in shows and back rehearsing, it's going to make everything even more sweeter.
Something very exciting, especially after a long year of no tent and just an empty slab of concrete. We knew what we were working toward, and that made it really exciting.
For the students, they have ownership in that process, and that's usually in our normal year, like that's a big component to like the show. It's like, they put the tent up, they put their venue up. The fall show will be the first one we've done since last April. So this will be the case here too. But it's the reward, right? It's the reward for all the work that they've done. And I think looking at it from the student perspective is like, they finally, after like all this work, all the patience and dedication to this program, without that payoff, they finally get it.